Hello everyone, this is Ziki here and I hope you're all doing very well. Now, SADC Electoral Advisory Council is still in Zimbabwe. They have met with ZANU-PF, they've met with other political players of interest. Now, they've also met CCC President Nelson Chamisa. Nelson Chamisa came out addressing the media saying it was very important for the voters' roll to be made public. He also spoke of the issues to do with political parties coming together for a dialogue before elections to pave way for a free and fair election, also to resolve some issues that might need to be resolved by all political parties involved. He also spoke of, solving problems. He said Zimbabwe should solve its own problems. He said we don't need foreigners to dictate to us on how we should resolve our problems. As Africa, as SADC, we should be able to do this on our own. Let me leave you watching the statement by Nelson Chamisa soon after meeting the SADC Council. Until I come back again, please take care.
Particularly with the coalition for change. This is so because they even brought to SADC. They had issues which they needed to talk about concerning the electoral process of Zimbabwe. So unfortunately, the letter which they wrote was addressed to the executive secretary, and they had to be informed that the only forum that has to receive any information concerning electoral issues is the one which is in Zimbabwe today. So this party was informed that they should wait for this pre-election mission. That is when they have the opportunity to relate whatever issues and concerns that they have about the electoral process, and they've truly done so.
Okay. But generally, you are happy with the answer question?
I am generally happy because our presence here is to do an assessment, and of great importance is to then detect things which I think are of concern, given that there will be an election, and we also need to know what areas to look at and then assist if there is need for SADC to assist. That is why we came here, and I think the issues which they raised are some of the issues that we actually came here to assess and find out about.
Okay. What is your assessment so far as this is concerned? Are you happy with the assessment, and do you have any preliminary update that you may want to give us?
I am very happy. Unfortunately, I cannot go into the details of our discussions because these matters are so far and not for public consumption until we prepare a report, which we'll do as soon as we finish this mission and submit that report to the chairperson of the organ. I think it is important to make you aware that after that report is submitted to the chairperson of the ministerial committee of the organ, it is then that it becomes a public document. And what SADC does is to then share that report with the government of this country as a member state, and again with the election management board, which in this case would be the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. And what is expected in terms of SADC's expectation is that now it is the government and the election management board that is to share that report with the electoral stakeholders, which we are meeting as we're here.
We don't ask on the timelines.
The timelines, it won't be a very long time. It will be something very short because this is done in preparation of the election, which is very close. We talk about July and August right now, and we're in the month of April. So they won't wait.
We've clearly laid down SADC principles and guidelines as far as elections are concerned, and Zimbabwe has always been in violation of those ones. Are we supposed to be expecting any changes because we've gone through this cycle before, and these are now 2023?
The reason we do these missions is to assess the likelihood of such incidents reoccurring again. But our report does address such issues, and if they keep on reoccurring, there are other senior structures within SADC that deals with these issues.
Well, finally we are with them, and it's fulfilling position, and we are motivated that there is an ear to our issues. We have been crying and we continue to cry. Our cry is based on issues of principle. We are not in agreement on the issues of the voters' roll, and we're sharing with our colleagues in SADC, SEAC, And we appreciate that they gave us this opportunity to share with them where we are, to say who would want a credible voters roll in Zimbabwe. And that voters roll must be public, available, in analyzable and searchable format, so that we are able to audit that voters roll, so that we are satisfied that the voters roll is indeed a critical ingredient to the holding of a free, credible, and fair election. We do not want Zimbabwe to remain in this vicious cycle of disputed elections, of discredited outcomes. We want elections to be credible. We want elections to be democratic. We want elections to be legitimate, so that we do not have a disputed state and a disputed president, as we have seen in the past elections. So yes, that is our position, and we've made a very clear position. We had prepared our document, the pre-election pact on elections, and we made our humble view known to SADC that we would want to have a political agreement and a political dialogue, a pact before elections by all the political players, political actors in Zimbabwe, so that we don't dispute on process. We enhance the legitimacy and integrity of the process, but we are also able to say, when we've done these elections, let the outcome be credible and be upheld and be respected by the people of Zimbabwe, and indeed by our colleagues in SADC and the AU. We believe in African solutions to African problems, and that's why we continue to knock at the doors of SADC, because SADC is our aunt, SADC is our uncle. When there is a dispute domestically, we need to run to them, and we need to be helped, to help ourselves and to help the region for stability. Isn't it something that's bizarre that we have over 5 million people in the diaspora, and we are a nightmare and a headache to those in the region? South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, we just want to end these problems. Zimbabwe is over 60 minerals. We can fix our own problems, but we need to be helped. A prisoner can't set themselves free. They need to be helped to be free. And SADC is in this critical position to help us free ourselves.
You have been speaking so much about political violence, as you have noticed during the by-election era. You have got one of your members who has spent more than 300 days in prison. And here today you are with the SADC committee. What is your expectation about the outcome of this meeting?
Well, of course, we raised the number of persecutions that we've suffered, over 58 of our rallies that have been banned. We also raised the issue of Job Sikala, our honorable member of parliament, who has been unjustly incarcerated and illegally detained without bail. It's a big issue for us, and we raised this issue together with others who are being persecuted. So we hope that our issues will receive the attention of SADC, our regional body. Mind you, SADC is our body as citizens, and therefore we expect recourse and relief from our body, SADC, because that's how it's supposed to be. We want to restore the integrity and credibility of SADC in being able to address citizen issues within the region. And of course, Zimbabwe is a case in point. Eswatini is also another case in point, where we are able to be dealing with issues that are outstanding. We must go beyond just the issues that are affecting one country. Let's have a holistic regional perspective and begin to show leadership so that we can solve our own problem. We don't need foreigners to dictate to us on how we must resolve our issues. We can do it as Africans. We've done it before. Our liberation and our independence did not come as a gift. It was hard-earned and hard-won. We can still win our legitimacy. We can still be able to transform this great continent and our region. And we can do it. And we will do it.
The current pre-election environment in Zimbabwe has been telling. Part of the issues you've already mentioned, the Sikala issue, your rallies 50 have been banned. There's political violence, and there's intolerance, and more importantly, access to public media. Specifically, this is a public-owned platforms which the opposition is not getting access to. At what point will SADC raise the flag to say this is not conducive for a free and fair election? At what point will you raise these red flags? Both as you are the opposition and also as SADC. I pose this question to you.
Yes. Thank you for the question. SADC will not sit down and watch this to continue. But again, we must accept that SADC is not, I think, an institution that will now push for forcing through the throat everything that we think to be what we desire. but we certainly want to do it in a better way that will make us to remain brothers and sisters.
Yeah, but the question is that there are gross violations of the principles that you have set as SADC. We have continuously seen this, and we are in Zimbabwe in a pre-election environment. Once more again, at what point will SADC raise its voice to say these conditions have been violated for a free and fair election in Zimbabwe? Are we going to be sitting to have the elections be done, or these are the principles that should guide us before we have an election? That is my question.
We will not be sitting. We'll prepare a report with recommendations and come to do what we are expected to do as SADC. But unfortunately, until we prepare that report and formally hand it over to the appropriate person, we cannot deal with what will be done by now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.